going throughout high school and you take your history and your civics courses was realizing that not all parts of history are told to us. We discovered this book, and it was a story that was very powerful and needed to be told that no one had ever heard of. And when you tell people that you have this story that you want to tell about Girl Scouts fighting Nazis, they sort of laugh at you. But it was true, and these girls, like it said in the program, some of them were as young as 8 years old, younger than the girls here today. So it's really important that we found this story and continue to dig through history and make sure that stories of girls like this are told. So my class learned about this through me when we talked about, when we covered the Holocaust. And everyone is always surprised when you hear this story, which is just all the more reason that it needs to be taken nationally and internationally.
Working on this project, it really allowed me to see that women don't always have to play the damsel in distress kind of role. And so I really enjoy working on this because I got to see that women are a vital part of the community. I see like a lot of times in movies, commercials, like the man helping the woman, let us do this for you. It kind of showed that, hey, through this story, we're strong too.
These stories are just so important from this youth perspective. Because even this story, y'all, as phenomenal as this story is, if it were told from the perspective of the adults, it would be a whole different thing than what you heard today. These young girls wrote that script. They did the research. They studied it. They interviewed people to write the script to get that real first-hand perspective. And this is their voice. This is their story. This is their perspective of what happened in history. It's really important from a media perspective to get these stories told, and specifically to tell them from the perspective of the girls themselves, because it's the girls that have helped make the history that so few of us even know those stories.
It's a really important thing to have role models not only in your own life but in history that you can look to see that you can make a difference.
Yeah, and I'm going to take it a step further and say we need more superheroes that are girls and women, you know, and not superhero women in, you know, the bustiers and the, you know, tight-fit costumes either. But real girls doing real heroic work and having those stories told. So way beyond, I mean, even the graphic novels and comics and animated films, just the really strong, heroic, mythical girl as the hero in our world.
How do you feel like you were changed by the Brave Girls Project?
Well, I've never done anything remotely like this before. Whenever you're part of a project with Marsha, it's always a great learning experience. And so the leadership that we got, and also just the writing skills, learning what a task it is to put something like this together. You think, well, there's no video, so it must be easy, and you're wrong. So it just all the training and leadership that we went through and working together to get this done the first time, and the wonderful help that we had from Jeanette was absolutely vital. Otherwise, we would have no idea what we were doing. And so being involved with media projects like that have become, I have the opportunity to do more of those things now because of this experience. It was really life-changing for me.
That was like my first time ever going into the studio. Yeah. We were doing all this high-tech stuff. I was like, okay, be quiet, put your headphones on. It was just very serious, and like I really took it serious. Like I always had like a big interest in acting and drama and that type of thing. So it was a great opportunity for me. In addition to that, I also think it's important to note that when we were doing this production, we got to meet a real Holocaust survivor. So while we were doing this, you know, we got to ask her questions, and it just made the Holocaust so much more realer to us because, you know, usually you read about it, you read the Anne Frank book, you might see a movie, but, you know, you go away and like, you kind of forget those things a little bit if you can. But after meeting somebody and like touching them and seeing her tattoo that she got from the Holocaust, it made it very, very real. So it did change me. Her spirit was very inspiring.
Now, the important point about this story is that it was literally buried for years, and it was discovered. And one thing that's very upsetting, I bought a Brave Girl book off eBay for just a few dollars. It didn't cost much. And when we got the book and looked inside it, there was a big red stamp. It said discard. So here it is. They're discarding the story. They're discarding the contribution of these girls. And by golly, I don't think we should let this story die. That we have the capacity to, through the internet and social media, get this story out there and let people know the contribution